Hi, welcome to the Shelly Studio. Today this is part 2 of my jelly printing session with nature. I think that's what I gave part 1 the title of. If you didn't see part 1, I'll link it down below. Otherwise, my sister received a flower arrangement and it was starting to dry out, and so I took some of the greenery and thought it would be fun to jelly print. And I haven't done it for such a long time. I needed to, been itching to get it out and play with it, so that's what I'm doing. Excuse me for coughing. This is part 2, so you might see some prints that are already done that I kind of go over the top of in here, but I will have a flip through at the very end. And in case you don't want to watch all of this, you can go straight to the end and watch that if you'd like. Now, I don't know why I had done the yellow and then I decided to do the gold over the top. I don't know why. It's been a little while since I did these, and I don't know if I did the yellow and was going to combine the yellow and gold together, because I know the gold kind of dries immediately once I put it on the plate. I really don't know what I was thinking, but I think if you look really closely you can see both, but when you put the copy paper on there to lift around the plants, it will pull up whatever else is next to it. So like I said, no idea. Made some really interesting faint outlines because it lifted the gold right up with the plants, which is interesting. I decided to do the background of blue. I'm doing a little bit of a lighter blue and a darker blue, and hopefully we'll be able to see the leaf patterns, even though they're just like lines, silhouetted lines. Just trying to get the edges, and I just don't want paint all over my hands. I still end up making a mess of the background. That's normal. Giving that a good massage. I want to make sure that metallic gold comes up. I think I might be picking up a little bit from the last print I did, but it's interesting anyway. Now, if you ask me what am I going to do with these prints, I have no idea. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to do the larger leaf and just using one of the copy paper weight pages that I've been lifting the backgrounds up with. Not expecting that to be some fancy final piece, so I'm just moving it around, lifting it up. It's not bad looking. It'll be in whatever final version of it will be in the flip through at the end. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so I'm letting that dry a little bit. And actually, like I stated in my other video, it dries here really fast, so it doesn't take hardly any time at all. And this is just gel medium, and I decided I wanted to lift that onto a background that was already printed that didn't really turn out anything. So I'm going to put that on there, and I do let it sit for a while. I edited that for speed. and lifted it up. It's a bit busy, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's there faintly. Alright, so this one, that's the one I had been lifting the backgrounds. I decided I kind of wanted to use the leaf and print. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put gold on the leaf and try to stamp it onto the spot where it is. I start out putting it on the wrong side, I think. I'm trying to remember. Oh, and that's not gold, that's Naples yellow. And see, I flip it over, I'm like, why doesn't that match? Oh, hello. So I just stamp it in a different spot and saying, okay, that's the print there. So you got a little leafy outline. Now I'm going to, I think, put it on the correct side. You know, sometimes things are just hard to figure out in the moment. Some things are just hard on certain days of the week. Like knowing which side goes next to the paper. Yeah. Alright, so I'm doing that. I'm trying to do it fast because it's just going to get dry. And press that down. It leaves a little bit of yellow, but not as much as I was hoping for. Yeah, just a little. And now I have a yellow leaf. Or some yellow leaves anyways. So this next one, I pulled out some purple. I guess the earlier ones, the part one has a lot of browns and reds, and I think this one I just started adding like deeper colors, the brighter blue, the purple, gold. It was all done at the same time, but you know, it just shifted, just started to shift colors. I guess if you think I am moving too slowly, you can speed it up. I did not edit out all my paper massaging and the cleaning up of the edges. I just figured I would let it all be there. We've got a nice purple silhouette. And I like what's on the plate. And then I decide, it could be interesting if we put a little bit of, now this time I really think it is gold. In fact, that's the only paint container I have like that. That is Artesa's Antique Gold. Just thought it would be fun to add a little bit to make some highlights or something. And yeah, just finger painting. I did wait long enough for that to be mostly dry and decided to go in with some blue and white, apparently. Thought an ombre might be fun. Alright, it should be good and massaged. Come on, flip it over. Let's see. There it is. Got some reflective gold on there. Interesting. One side of these leaves is getting very painty. Just figured I'd use that same paper to lift this up with. Trying to move fast because the gold, the metallics always dry so fast. Yep, nice gold leaves. Can barely see anything on the gel plate. So why not do a little bit more finger painting? Fill in those empty leaf patterns. Someday I might get good at this. Can't say that this is my best work. But, you know, it's just fun to experiment and play and see what happens. And the gel plate is a good way to do that, I think. Of course, it's a good way to go through a lot of paper. I'm just adding more layers to these leaves. So I've got the orange down, and then this crimson will be behind it. I think I'm hoping that it's gonna create some depth or interest. And then I decide to add yellow. I'm gonna put yellow behind them all, hopefully to, I don't know, create a highlight. So you have to think, this is the back side. The front is the facing the table. So I don't have it on an acrylic plate, so I can't flip it over and look. I just have to hope that it's gonna turn out. And I'm going with some burnt umber, raw sienna, raw umber, brown colors. And that particular tube of paint's getting a little old. A little too thick in some areas, so I've got to really brayer over it. There we go. Hopefully it'll lift. It's usually a good sign if you can see the underlayer through the paint. It's a good sign that it will most likely lift. Don't know what happened to my deli paper, but just taking a piece of copy paper to get those edges. Okay, here we go. It worked for the most part. It looks like a kid colored it, and I don't like the ochres, the brown colors on there. They just don't look rich enough. So I am doing a magenta, and I'm going to, it's the gel printing glaze, I guess. I'm going to put a thin transparent layer over the top to kind of richen up the image. It may obscure some of that other, but that's okay. Maybe it helped a little bit. Trying to remember. I think I do one more thing to that one, but I'm not positive. Decided to play with the fern. We're just going to lift that up with the copy paper. I'm surprised they haven't gotten pressed completely flat. They keep bouncing back. No matter how many times I press on those plants, they're dry but not completely dry, but dry enough that they're not very pliable. So there's that cool fern, that pickup print, and I'm just going to put it right, I'm going to do the gel medium again, and I'm going to lift it with that one we've just been working on, because I still feel like it needs something, so we're going to do it right over the top. And I do let it dry for a little bit. I let it sit for a while so that it will come up. Yeah, not curing that for some reason. Oh well, maybe it'll look interesting cut up into small pieces. Alright, some more magenta. I'll put the leaf down again and just go right over that one that I've been cleaning things up with. And I'm not really thinking too much about color, though maybe I should be thinking more about the color. I kind of like that combo that's going on right there. So I do this one with the fern, and it's not the greatest, but I love that gold, and I love the fern pattern. So that gives me an idea, I think, for this next one. I think. Cleaning off my brayer. Alright, yeah, so I think I'm going to do a gold background, and then we'll pull the fern on this one. So we're just going to cover that all with gold, and just do a gold print real quick. Isn't that a pretty gold? Yeah, Robin McClendon mentioned that gold and how much she liked it, and I like gold, so I bought a container of it. So this will pick up some other residual stuff that's on the gel plate, but that's what helps make it interesting, right? So there's my gold, a little bit of that magenta. that's okay, because I'm going to put more of that magenta down. And I'm going to do the fern right in the center. And I'm just going to pull a print onto that gold. And I could have used my smaller gel plate, but I don't know, it's fun being messy. Alright, so this is another one that I'm going to do in the where you keep it registered. And I'm just going to drop it right back down. And then pull up the details of the fern. Yeah, I think this one's my favorite. You'll have to tell me which ones out of my prints you like the best. Like I said, there's a flip through at the end. I don't think there's too many more prints. But look at this one. Ooh, yeah. Isn't that lovely? I love all the detail you can get from printing plants. It's just so cool. So this one, I thought it needed something. So I think I try... I'm trying to see. This is the thing. I'm trying to figure out which way goes down. The clean side, Margelle. It's the clean side. All right. So I'm doing the wrong side. Not listening to myself. Pretty sure I'm doing the wrong side. Well, it's not like it actually sticks anyways. Excuse me. Press it down. And maybe a hint. It's already dry. It's just already dry. I gave it up. So, I'm not really happy with this. Of course, this was just a cleanup. Like, it doesn't need to be anything. But I decide to paint it. Well, I'll do like a wash. Just a thin wash of the magenta. So I'm adding water. And I'm just going to paint it on. Yeah, this doesn't improve things at all. It just looks really, really bad. But it's just paper. Doesn't matter. What I should have done was a glaze of quinacridone nickel gold. That makes everything look better, right? Not magenta. Alright, so that was the last one. Way to end on a downer. No, I'm just kidding. That was just a piece of waste paper that would have just been tossed aside anyway. So why not play with it and have fun? Alright, so here's the flip through. I will show you the deli paper that I use to clean off the edges. I always show that because, you know, it'll be collage fodder in the future. So here are all my prints. Surprisingly not quite as many as I normally crank out. But it was fun to do the plants. Like I said, I haven't really done them much. I like the blue one. Yeah. I like seeing the details of the leaves. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have one that's your favorite, let me know which one it is. If it was that last one, the magenta, maybe don't tell me. Just kidding. Anyways, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up or leave me a comment. Love to hear your comments and your thoughts on what I'm doing and what I'm creating. And have an awesome day.